Great Palm is 10 to 1, along with Rainbow Corner. Silver Whiz 11s, Pollen Count 14s, together with St Jovite, and also Twist and Turn. Young Senior 25 to 1, Thurios on 50s. Young Freeman is 66 to 1, Ninja Dancer 100, Alflora 150 to 1, and now Twist and Turn has gone to 12 to 114s. Twist and Turn now 12 to 114 to 1. Receiving the show, Well Saddled is 150 to 1, along with Alflora, Abilio 250, and Paradise Navy 300 to 1. They're all quoted for the Ever Ready Derby.
Mutaram temporarily dismounted by Willie Carson, one of the strongest and best-looking colts in this field, and one of the best bred too. Bred certainly to stay by the dual arc winner alleged out of a Northern Dancer mare. Well, Willie Carson has won the Derby 3 times. Derek Thompson asked him a straightforward question: what chance of a fourth?
Yes, well, all we have to do is win, huh? That would be right, 4th win.
Can you?
Oh, he's got a good chance, yes. We would like the ground to have been firm, of course. Grass is very long. Daisy cut in action. Wouldn't like the long grass. But there we are. There's only one Derby, and he's there, and if everything goes well, he'll give a very big run.
He's never come round the bend before.
Oh, he has. But not in a race.
But he came round all right.
Yes, he came round. That would be no problem to him at all, no.
As a matter of fact, in the 2,000 guineas, Willie set off to settle Mutaram and had therefore got rather further out of the race, I think, than he would have liked. And, well, as you've seen, if you've seen a film of the 2,000 guineas, he got into all sorts of trouble coming through at a really hard time. But there's a horse that I'd love to own or ride, Assessor. Really, I saw him on Monday morning cantering in the rain at Richard Hannon's. They were thrilled then because they thought it'd go on raining till the Derby. Unfortunately, it didn't. Well, his rider, Walter Swinburne's only ridden 2 Derby winners. So Derek asked him what chance of a third.
Well, I'd like to have seen a bit more rain, Derek. I think it's dried out a fair bit now from yesterday, and it's going to be against him.
How much will that detract, though, from his chance?
Well, I mean, obviously every drop of rain would have helped his cause, because it would have, played into his hands, stamina-wise, and, obviously it's turned the other way now.
Now then, the tactical problem, or one of the tactical problems, there are no out-and-out pacemakers in this field. Who do you think will make the running, John?
Well, there'll be 3 or 4, I'd say, that are liable to be up there, if not making the running. Young Freeman certainly one who I would have imagined would be up there, and others to go along. Certainly Great Palm, you heard Paul Cole saying earlier, he's not going to do anything particularly quickly. And Assessor, they know this horse gets the trip, and at Lingfield he was just taken off his feet a little bit early. I could imagine that at a stall 13 he'll be trying to get a decent position. I'm sure they'll go a reasonable gallop anyway.
What do you think of Leicester's draw? He actually said in his interview that he didn't think much of the draw. I wouldn't have thought that a draw on the outside would be any handicap to him.
Well, I think as they come up the straight, certainly the further you are off the rails, the ground is going to be that much better because it's sloping down towards the rails. And it's just a question of really getting this horse settled, because he can pull quite hard in a race. I think Leicester's first and foremost job will be to get the horse relaxed, get him settled, and then I'm sure he'll have a position close enough. He's got plenty of speed to be able to take the position wherever he wants to when he's got him as relaxed as he wants to. And that's a question of whether he can produce that turn of speed that we've seen in both of the last guineas, produce that at the end of this race. And I know somebody was saying that after watching him in Ireland that he wouldn't have gone another yard quicker or another yard. Well, you wouldn't have expected him to. He was quick enough past very quick horses, and certainly I don't think that you can crab him until he shows that he doesn't get the trip.
Talking of pacemaking, here's a fascinating character, because Al Nasser Al Washiq, having been held up in the Guineas and ran very disappointingly, made all the running in the Dante at York. Now we got a possible drama here, because not for the first time in his life, young Senior is playing up about going into the stalls. I do hope that the strategy of twisting him round with the blinkers on will succeed in getting him in. We hope. I think he looks to be moving forward. Oh, Jared, he just had bad luck. He just nudged the gate with his shoulder and therefore knew that he was near the stalls. And that was a piece of bad luck.
Also doesn't help, there's quite a few people down there shouting, and I'm sure they'll just let the horse walk round and just calm down a little bit before they have another go with him. A lot of crowd, and they don't realise that, of course, it upsets these horses, noise, and as soon as he just bumped his shoulder on the stalls gate, heard the cheer going up, and obviously upset himself.
Go on, old fella.
Hope that he does go in. He's certainly got a chance.
Go on. Oh, dear, dear.
More in than out.
He's quite a big, thick horse. There's not that much room for him inside the stalls. And that's often the cause of incipient claustrophobia, I suppose you could call it. Horses just don't like the feeling of being shut in to a small space.
Might just be that they'll leave him, just let him settle down for a while. Once a few more have gone in, maybe he'll just go in quietly. He's got himself into a little bit of a stew. They've just taken the hood off of him. Ray Cochrane's just put his feet back in the irons. I expect to just let him walk around quietly, just to settle down.
And some bookmakers are offering double carpet, 33-1 against the recalcitrant Young Senor. Now, the professionals in racing, the hard nuts, those who know the game, won't have Rodrigo de Triano on their minds. And some bookmakers are trying to push it out to 7-1, but generally 13-2. The public are on Rodrigo. The pros don't want to know. Now, second best clearly is now Dr Devious, who's come in from 10-1, 8-1 second favourite, and 21 of the last 29 derbies have gone to the first or second favourite. It's their 9-1 Al Nasser Al Washiq, and that's strongest of the three now, with 9 Assessor and Mutrum and 10 Rainbow Corner. But Rodrigo, 13-2 for Pickett.
And there is Leicester in the stalls, and you've seen with both Leicester and Walter Swinburne on Assessor how the jockeys sensibly take the weight off the horse's back once they're in, standing on the panel along the side of the stall, so that provided a horse is sufficiently equable and calm not to get uptight by being in a stall, this is to some extent a rest for them. 150-1 El Flora, 9-1 Al Nasser and Assessor, 8 to Devious, 10 Great Palm, 250 is Lobilio, 9 is Muturam, 100-1 Ninja Dancer, 300-1 Paradise Navy, Pollen Count 12, Rainbow Corner 10, 13-2 favourite. They're not taking much notice of John McCurrick and his can't win. Let's hope and pray that he's wrong. Well, Graham, I can't remember how many derbies you've called, but this must be one of the least predictable.
In terms of tactics and in terms of result, in both instances, it's very difficult to sort out. You'd expect to see the guaranteed stayers, and there aren't many of those about in this race. Pollen Count and arguably St. Jovite or Saint Jovite, the two to go in. Here's Young to make the pace. Young Senor being given another chance into stall 15. The others are lined up. Muturam and Willie Carson on the striped cap. Great Palm in the green cap, and Leicester there in the spotted cap on the outside. Tactically, if he is to hold a position early on, he's got to use a lot of the horse's speed up the hill to get a good position from stall 19. But here is Young Senor. They are race horses. They are geared and trained. Rodrigo Triano at 13-2, Dr Devious at 15-2. So Peter Chapel-Hyam with the first two, and they're going without Young Senor. An announcement on that will follow, and it's Pollen Count and Rodrigo de Triano just trails early on. Pollen Count and Twist and Turn are the first two to show, with Al Flora up with a pace, and then just in behind these Al Nasser Al Washiq. And now Leicester's got Rodrigo de Triano tucked in behind them, but the pace doesn't look to be that strong, and it's Pollen Count sharing the running. Pollen Count doing the work with Twist and Turn and Dr Devious. And St Jovite pressing there for 4, a line of 4. Then comes Great Palm with Rainbow Corner the rail in 6, followed by Alflora 7, and then Thorios, followed by Ninja Dancer, and then comes Al Nasser Al Washik, and Assessor is dropping out to be last at this stage. Rodrigo de Triano in the spotted colours, spotted cap colours on the outside of the pack, and they go through the first half mile. And it's Twist and Turn the rail, Pollen Count and Great Palm, a line of 3, Dr Devious tidy in 4, and then comes St Jovite 5 on the outside, Mutaram position 6, and then Al Nasser Al Washik, the yellow colours, wide in 7, Alflora 8, Ninja Dancer and Thorios, and behind these comes Young Freeman, and Leicester going to ask a lot of Rodrigo to win from where he is. He's at the back of the pack with Labilio and well saddled, Assessor hard ridden, and Paradise Navy only the other ones behind, but Mr Ice Cool has yet to ask his horse to quicken, and they come past the halfway stage, and it's Twist and Turn the leader, Twist and Turn from Pollen Count on the outside, and then Great Palm is 3rd with St Jovite 4 and Dr Devious racing 5, and Leicester starting his move on Rodrigo de Triano. Al Nasser Al Washik is making ground too as they begin the descent to Tattenham Corner. And it's Twist and Turn leading from Great Palm on the outside, and Leicester and Rodrigo de Triano. There's a big gap behind the main bunch. He's heading those trailers as they turn for home. Not going to win. It's Twist and Turn, Great Palm, Dr Devious, and then behind these St Jovite, followed by Alflora. Mutaram is making ground. Here comes Silver Wisp, the horse with the big white face. Al Nasser Al Washik with a big run too, with just over 2 furlongs to go, and it's Twist and Turn pressed by Dr Devious in the pale colours on the outside. Then St Jovite and Mutaram, and Al Nasser Al Washik, and Silver Wisp is continuing to eat up ground as Dr Devious goes for home. Just over a furlong to go. It's Dr Devious in the lead. St Jovite, Silver Wisp pressing 2nd and 3rd, but it's Dr Devious in the lead as they race up towards the line. Dr Devious cleared by 3, Silver Wisp and St Jovite having their battle for places, but the derby goes to Dr Devious with St Jovite 2nd, and then Silver Wisp 3rd, and Mutaram 4, and then Twist and Turn and Alflora and Nasser Al Washik, and then Great Palm, and then Rodrigo de Triano and Rainbow Corner and Thorios, and behind these well saddled and Assessor and Paradise Navy and Pollen Count and Labilio and Ninja Dancer, and last to finish was Young Freeman. And so victory in this, the ever ready derby, goes to horse number 4, Dr Devious, this birthday present running in the colour